It was good, obviously. When I found out, I was just speechless, really. Found out a team in training, we were doing a shape. But I had like an idea I was starting it before, because obviously all the boys came up to me in pre-up saying like, oh, I think you might be playing, but I didn't really think much of it until obviously the gaffer mentioned it in training. So it was an unbelievable feeling.
How the versatility of Andre Brooks could massively boost the Jamaica men's national team. Join Premier 7 right now for the big chat. Nothing beats a failure but a try. This is a commonly known quote written by R.J. Smith, as it links directly to my recommendation to the Jamaica Football Federation in trying to get more players in to help the Jamaica team to make their name be known more on the football global stage. Welcome everyone to Premier 7, yet again with your host, Ryan Nelson. I hope that today is a day that you all can accept, as I am here to present to you a very important video surrounding the name Andre Brooks. Do you know who Andre Brooks is? Well, there's a lot more than just that to share here on the channel. If you're new, please go ahead and subscribe. And if you are already a subscriber, then you know what to do. The topic of importance is how the versatility of Andre Brooks could massively boost the Jamaica men's national team. People, I am sure that you all know that the midfield is where the game is won and lost. And of course, Jamaica style of play doesn't even take into consideration the importance of having midfield. And if we even do that, do we have the rightful amount of midfielders who can, hold on to the ball, make plays, make rightful tackle to help our team to develop a style of play that, can at least yield some good results? Well, that is the reason why I'm here to speak about Andre Brooks. The video will be split into several aspects. I'm going to speak about who is Andre Brooks, why Jamaica needs a player like him, how he could fit in the starting 11, and how can Jamaica secure him. But from that, I want to, of course, bring back a poll that I did in recent days that takes into consideration you, the fans of the channel. And it speaks directly to the question: should the JFF make the effort to recruit Andrew Brooks, Sheffield United player, to represent the Jamaica men's national team? Of course, from the 89 votes so far, I received 82% that stated yes, 15% stating not sure, and 3% stated no. From that 5 likes, of course, I really appreciate such, and a comment that I want to highlight from Real Chopper 1235. Real Chopper, I hope you're not somebody who is banging the line, because I am not going to provide any information to any police officers about anyone of such. And then again, that code that you're using, I hope it is not something that will cause any form of bangarang. But anyway, fun and joke aside, Real Chopper stated that nope, it's his choice to make. JFF need to higher their standards and stop chasing players who don't want to represent the country. And I want to say I want to applaud the comment from Real Chopper, because at least he's sharing some form of honesty there, because not all players who JFF goes for wants to play for us. We tried for some worked, some did not work. The latest name that I can recall is Isaac Hayden, who played for Jamaica. But players like Omari Hutchinson, Morgan Gibbs White, it's a different story. So that is something that I can say. Then there is a lot of truth in the comment that Real Chopper really and truly highlighted. And from that, I am hoping though that we can get in some more players, not only the name that I'm going to mention here in an Andrew Brooks, but like a Mason Greenwood that we always want to play to lead the front line, and to add some versatility like Andrew Brooks. So, who is Andre Brooks? What do you know about Andre Brooks? Well, I am here to let you know. So, Andre Brooks, he plays for Sheffield United. He was a winger, but now plays in the midfield as a central midfield player. Sometimes he can play attacking, but based on how he plays football as well, he can play even a bit more defensive. The word versatility is pointing out right here. And from that, this guy being so young at age 21, it proves to us that even if we don't get him right away, we need a player of his caliber, of his talent, to help Jamaica to play better football. Because Jamaica is going to play in the qualification stage of the CONCACAF Gold Cup on the 21st of this month, March. And we need players who can fit in a particular profile, well, who have a certain type of playing profile, who can then own the game, right? We are tired to see players who are not up to par, who are not good enough. We want to establish ourselves because we are what we are. We're Jamaicans. We can dominate as much as though we're small. So Andrew Brooks, as I mentioned before, he can play in different position. This guy is quite young. This guy is getting some game time in the championship, and of course, he played in the Premier League before. If you don't know, you can check it out for yourself on YouTube. Now, I want to just let you see here the amount of games that this guy covered thus far in the championship for Sheffield United, and it shows here then that he has been playing a few games because by way of that it proves to me that this youngster is more than just a normal player. So from that, it shows that he's of Jamaican descent, which is a tick for us. And it proves to me here then that Jamaica can make the effort to get in a player of his caliber because it all starts from somewhere. 19 games so far. He's used to scoring goal, that is two, and he's used to making assists, that is two. 24% starting 11 from that 25% minutes covered, 8% goal participation. I always say this. Just imagine if this guy or the players who I have spoken about before get more game time for the respective club. Imagine how many goals these guys could score and how many assists they could well make. That is an improvement in the goal contribution region. Now, so far so good. Do you think that this guy would suit Jamaica system? Do you think that his style of play would give us something that we longed for? Give us something that we can say we will work with not only now but also in the future? Well, nothing tried, nothing done. Because if we don't make the effort to get in an Andre Brooks or some players who are similar, like what you guys would be then saying now, a Lewis Baker, then we can never tell how good a player can be. Now, more details here on the player in terms of his style of play. His strengths: crossing, defensive contribution, ball interception. Jamaica is weak in terms of crossing the ball. Our goal scorers struggles to score goals because of such lacking in terms of assistance from our players. Defensive contribution, our defenders are not bad, but in the midfield we need strength, and that is what this guy can bring. Ball interception, again, we're too loose in the midfield, or midfield are even absent in many games. We're going to play tougher games coming ahead, and we want for players to come in and to cement their spot. And this guy can do such thing. His style of play, he likes to play short passes, he likes to dribble, he likes to tackle. From this, likes to play short passes shows me then that this guy would love to control the midfield, likes to dribble. I'm just hoping he will not overdo it, and he likes to tackle. Defensively, we will be more solid. Passing the ball is a weakness for him, but he's young. He will improve over time with the rightful guidance, with the rightful system of coaching that can help him to become a monster in that case. So, in that sense, now, why Jamaica needs a player like him? Because he's different, because he's versatile, because he can boost our team. We need players who are young, not only young, but can improve in their game as they go along to represent. I don't want for any players to be saying then that, oh, they can play well only for their clubs, and when it's time to play for Jamaica, it is a shit show. Absolutely not. The thing is with this youngster, he may not want to play for Jamaica, but Jamaica have to get that that idea as to how to go about to get players like him to represent. Because I know that he's born in England. We know he's born in England, but England, will they call him very soon? Absolutely not. So Jamaica have that chance to get a player of his caliber to come in and to play alongside who we currently have, and from that our team should can improve. Because I mean, Steve McLaren works with Mason Greenwood at Manchester United when he was younger, and this guy is a youngster as well. So along with his coaching staff, I think they can get even more, or can get at least something more out of this player. Now, how could he fit into our starting 11? Remember, this guy is versatile. Remember, this guy can play in different positions. But for me and for you, I think the midfield is where we need to have him placed in. So I'm going to show you where this guy would look quite better off in the national team setup as a midfield player. Now, you're seeing on the screen here that the starting 11 shows a formation of 4-2-3-1 with the most recent players that played in the latest games for Jamaica. Andre Blake in goal, the back four named itself based on recency. Latibodier, I put him then there at the right back position, because if we should go to a back three just for a small time, this guy have the centre back capabilities. So himself, Lowe, and Pinnock could do that, whereas Greg Lee, Hayden, and of course Brooks can create a more, what would I say now, would add more strength in the midfield, put more bodies there to prevent teams like, for example, Mexico, who love to run through us, who like to play fast paced football. We can add bodies there to stop them. And because Brooks is a player who is versatile, who likes to make short passes, he will make connections with Hayden, even Bailey, Reed, and Gray if he gets the ball at his foot. But I'm not saying that he's going to be a diamond in the sand for Jamaica, but with his development based on his skill set, then that is what he can do. Above him will be Demarai Gray, Reed, and Bailey. And I mentioned earlier on that he will be playing alongside Isaac Hayden, and Ashawar Nicholson, who is on good form thus far in Mexico, is a player who will lead the front line for Jamaica based on who we currently have as well. So remember, this guy can play in different positions. He was used to be playing as a winger. So if Demar Gray is absent, somebody has to play here. We can then say, all right, try Brooks up here. If Hayden is injured and we don't have other players to play in that defensive midfield role, because Jamaicans are crying out not to play Latibody there, then a Brooks is that man who could play there. But I don't wish for the player to be overplayed. I want for him to build up on his main skills, like to dribble the ball and make good passes, contribute defensive around this area as well, connect with Isaac Hayden, build a relationship, know how to play the game better, because Isaac Hayden is a man who used to play for Newcastle, so the experience could teach or add more to the skill set of a Andre Brooks. So Andre Brooks, I won't say he'll be the man to give us goals, but if we get him in, I believe that he can contribute in that case. I think in games like we need somebody with pace, somebody who can help us to get over the line, somebody who can add pressure to the opposition team. I think this guy could do so. But for goals contribution, he still have that potential. But like a John Russell, who I believe needs to get a chance to play for Jamaica, needs to be given back that chance. And even if we get a Lewis Baker and a Brooks, that will be a win-win for the Jamaica men's national team. Now, from that, how can Jamaica secure him? How can Jamaica secure this guy? People, what do you think then? Before I even talk about that, do you think Jamaica can secure this guy? Well, we have secured players before, not only in this current time, but even in the 90s, we got players over the line. So I think Andrew Brooks, we should understand that this guy may want to play for England in the future, but the future is untold. So Jamaica Football Federation needs to improve on their recruitment. They need to get players who have that footballing IQ, who knows how to scout players, who know how to just have some form of links with other players overseas and say, all right, boom, I like that player. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Talking with those who are here in Jamaica, right? Get some clips, get some form of linkage, and you never can tell what happens. The importance of acting fast is what our nation needs to do to show interest. So remember, this guy is young, he's hungry for football, and Jamaica is available. England will not call him anytime soon. He's still young, not one of the brightest talent, but he have the potential. I am not saying then that we should always go for potentially good players, but we need potential players along with experienced players, because we have experienced players in the squad, like an Andre Blake, like a Damian Lowe, like an Ethan Pinnock, like a Demarai Gray, like a Leon Bailey. But we have young players as well, like I am Dixon Dejan, Whisper Richards, and then this guy Shamar Brooks could be another one for us. And we have players who are in that range to be in their prime very soon, like a Shamar Nichols, who have way more experience than many, who can then add some form of Jamaican culture to this youngster who needs it. And how fans and the media can push his inclusion is if JFF makes the effort to get him in. We are impressed, and once we're impressed about players, we will not ease up. We will try our best to get this player in the starting 11 to play for the national team. So, people, it is something that I think about. It is something that I know that you guys would love to even hear. So, I believe then that Jamaica should make the effort, the JFF, of course, to get this player in to at least help us. Because if we don't get a Baker, if we don't get Greenwood, if we don't get X, Y, and Z, then we will really and truly be fighting our way, even in the Gold Cup before the World Cup even starts, the qualification process, because our players will be burnt out, and we need that depth, not depth with players who are not good enough, but players who can help us. So, how do you think that this guy would make a contribution to Jamaica, people? And what do you think about the fact that if he is even recruited, how will he improve our national team? So, just to reiterate, the topic of importance was how the versatility of Andrea Brooks could massively boost the Jamaica men's national team. I want for you to drop your comment in the comment section, because Premier 7 will be on board right away to answer. I have 1,736 subscribers. I need for you to help me to reach at least 1,740. All right, I'm just 4 away from that. So, people, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening to the video. Take care. Goodbye for now until we meet again.